Hi, I'm Joseph Williams, and welcome to another edition of the Chivalrous Gentleman. In this segment, we'll talk about a very touchy subject that's, I feel, ubiquitous in a lot of relationships all over the world, and that's, you got it right, the cell phone. Specifically, what I'll be talking about in this segment will be two things. The first is men that actually are cheating and have something to hide with cell phones, and two, women with that's dealing with insecurities and different things like that. Okay, so let's dive right in. Cell phones are a huge subject as it deals to relationships, marriages. Cell phones, which are supposed to be used for good, have been turned into an instrument of death. First, I would say is that when you get into a serious relationship, a marriage, is that nothing is your own. Your cell phone isn't your own. Your money isn't your own. So this whole notion that, well, that's my cell phone, why she want to look in it? This my cell phone. It's her cell phone too. And when we often do things like that and exhibit that type of behavior, it can't help but to put some seed in her mind that maybe something is going on. Gentlemen, we have to be honest, we have to be transparent with our wives, with our significant others, with the ladies that are in our life. It's quintessential that we do that. Without that, there is no relationship, there is no marriage, there is nothing. One thing that I resolved in my marriage, even my relationship with Christ, is that either I'm gonna be a Christian or I'm not. Either I'm gonna be committed, be trustworthy to my wife, or I'm not. I mean, you know, I really love my wife and I don't want her to have to deal with that. I mean, dealing with trust issues is one of the biggest issues a couple can be faced with. I would like to debunk a marriage myth, a relationship myth, if I must. Okay, so some guys can say, well, I knew such and such before I even met you, before I even married you. Let me explain something to you. Once you become married, your wife is first. Once you become in a committed relationship, that person is first in your life. Not your mama. That's a whole nother topic we'll get to at a later date. Your mama's not first. Your sister's not first. Cousin, uncle, nobody's first. Your wife is first. So if your wife has a genuine problem with it, you guys need to sit down and talk about that. Your wife is first. Gentlemen, one thing that we need to do to help ourselves, to give ourselves a fighting chance, is that regarding the different social media outlets like YouTube, you're watching me on YouTube right now, thank you Jesus, Facebook, Instagram and whatnot, we need to delete all these half-naked women off our profile, off our friends list on Instagram. We gotta stop. Just being straight up, guys, you know, we gotta do it. You gotta delete these women that's on Instagram, Facebook, that's half naked. Stop looking at it. Just stop doing it. If you're doing it today, just stop. If you really love your wife, your significant other, you gotta be honest. I mean, some marriages, you have kids involved. You know, your kids are gonna just take up what you're doing. You're the head. You're setting the example. You gotta lead your family. I talked about that in my first video. Go back and watch that if you haven't watched it. But you gotta lead your family, and your sons are gonna follow up and see the example that you're leading. Your daughters are gonna see how your marriage is going, and it's on you. It's on you. Now to my gentlemen out there that are doing the right thing, Joe, I'm not cheating. I'm not doing anything. To you, I would say is that, as I alluded to once again, the first video was dealing with leading. So with leading, you need to sit your wife down, your significant other down, and you guys need to talk about and get to the infrastructure of what's causing the problem. So in these instances, you have to figure out, maybe it's a situation where she's dealing with past hurt, past pain, past insecurity from her last relationship because she has been cheated on. Maybe she went through a divorce. So and also leading with grace is that you can't get necessarily mad at her. You know, she probably is coming to you wrong, and you know, who you looking at? Who is that? I don't know her. I get that. She's hurt. And what she's doing is she's taking that out on you instead of coming to you the right way with the right approach. So just sit her down and just you all just hash it out and just figure out what's going on. and then you leading with grace. Walk her through it. Walk her through it. You know if she's dealt with a divorce, some past hurt, past pain, just walk her through it and say, baby, I know that you was divorced, but I love you. I'm not gonna do that to you. So what I'm gonna do is that when I'm on my phone, give her all the passwords to your YouTube account, Facebook, Instagram. Give her all the passwords to that. Sweetie, anytime you wanna go through my phone, go to it. I'll give you my own testimonial. When my wife and I were dating, I gave her my Facebook account, everything. Because when you're transparent and honest like that, that leaves less places for the enemy, the devil, to come in and cause rush out all over your marriage. So just be open, be transparent, be honest, walk her through it with grace. So gentlemen, thank you so much for just this time that you allow me to come into your homes and your own spaces. And I just hope and pray that your relationship, your marriage will be strengthened by this message. And please leave comments and any critiques or anything like that. Thank you.